Hey, what's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85, here to do the House of Horrors podcast, episode 72. Boom will be here in just a minute or two, but I figured I'd go ahead and start up just to get it going. Not much been going on. Well, some interesting news this week, which I'll share later on. Tonight we will be discussing all about Shudder, which I got my Shudder on right now. We'll be scrolling through, but I'll wait for Boom to get on for that. There was a new show that I checked out. There's 2 episodes. I haven't watched the second one yet. It's called Little Demon, which is pretty funny. It's a cartoon. This girl, her mom had sex with the devil, and she's the Antichrist. Here we go. Hello, hello. And Nanette's Necessities is here too. Welcome. Yeah, I was saying there's that new show. I don't know if you saw on FX, Little Demon, the Antichrist girl that finds out she's the daughter of the devil. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I haven't watched the second episode yet, but during lunch today, I was watching the first one. So it's pretty funny. I'll watch the second episode on my billion times bigger TV than phone. But something to check out. So, how you been this week?
Been all right. Nothing much going on.
Yep. Check out anything new on Shudder?
I watched a few things I haven't watched yet. So, and I tried when I made a video. Oh, I did the news thing and I added it at the end, but I also clipped it as a short for TikTok. Like the ones I was trying to watch, I was trying to stick. I didn't want to rewatch anything I'd already watched. So I was sticking to stuff I haven't seen and was either a Shudder original or a Shudder exclusive. Now, of course, that's not all the notes that I had because I've seen a lot of stuff on Shudder. So I got notes of other movies as well, but I kind of, most of my longer notes of stuff that I did watch today, I've stuck to Shudder originals and
Yeah, there's some stuff I haven't watched, but I mean, I'm just gonna go through. I got my Shudder loaded up. I figure like we can go through like the supernatural movies, shows, killers, whatever, and any of them we want to talk about, we can. Let's see, Alucard, what's going on? Yeah, that Little Demon will be on Hulu. It said, I guess it's supposed to be on tomorrow or today, actually. So let's see what we got here.
I still haven't. I need to still watch the season finale of Only Murders in the Building, which if you watch my news, you'll find out a little tidbit about that if you haven't seen it already. And the What We Do in the Shadows.
That was hilarious. Flip my house.
I'm behind. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, that was funny. Kind of like how they do that house show remodeling. So they were gonna like remodel the mansion. Let's see. But I guess we could go, let's see. I'll go through the supernaturals unless there's any movie right off the bat that you know you want to talk about. I know who was it? I forget. Was it Queen's fan got Shudder last week, or who was it that said that they got Shudder? I don't remember.
But it was Queen's fan that was talking about it.
Yeah. So that's why I figured, we should do Shudder. Let's tell them all the good stuff that's on here, and everyone else who doesn't have Shudder, which it's what, $5 a month or whatever, or a cheaper deal for the year. So.
And then I always tell people if they get Shudder, of course there is the option to get it through Prime. But if you get it through Prime, one, you don't get the live TV option. And also, I've also heard, which I've never checked on it, but I've heard from a lot of people that not all the movies and selection is on there as well. I do have both because I have AMC Plus, so Shudder comes with AMC Plus. So I do have both, but I've never had the time to investigate because I have the Shudder app and then I have Shudder with AMC Plus. I've never investigated, but with all the groups I follow, I see a lot of people say, and I posted the link to my news if anybody's interested in seeing that of the news I posted this week. that I've mentioned a couple times. Figure I might as well pimp it out while I can.
Pimp my news.
The first one I have, I don't have any particular order, um, but it's not supernatural though.
That's
But
fine. That was
the first one I have Superhost. It's a Shudder original. Two travel vloggers check into a vacation rental with a host who would do anything for a good review. The vloggers are losing subscribers, so trying to make a great video. Teddy, that's the name of the boyfriend, plans to propose to the girlfriend because it's a couple. And also Barbara Crampton is in this. I thought she was going to have a smaller part in what she did, but she has it's not huge, but it is kind of a small part. And the girl that runs I'll call it Airbnb for the best of terms. I don't know if that's what it was or not, but his real name is Gracie Gilliam. She plays Rebecca. And does she nail Psychopath? Oh my God. She is amazing. Um, since this is about vlogging, I'd say it does have a little touch of almost found footage because, they're filming for their videos, but the whole thing is not that. But it does, I would say, a little found footage vibes, but the whole movie is not that. It does have a creepy vibe, especially when Rebecca starts losing her mind a little bit more. So definitely creepy type film. And it does have kind of a twist to it too. You might figure it out beforehand, but I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it, but it does have a little bit of a twist to it.
So yeah, I'm just looking through this supernatural section. We got Amityville Dollhouse on there. There's a bunch of Amityvilles, New Generation. I think, yeah. It's About Time, The Evil Escapes. We got the original Firestarter, Needful Things, Creep Show, Carrie, Salem's Lot. So a bunch of Stephen King on there. There's a Shudder original, Algoria. A group of artists' lives become unwittingly entangled as their obsession of insecurities manifests monsters, demons, and death. We got another original, Moloch. After being attacked, the deeper Beatrix digs, the more she becomes convinced a mysterious entity is haunting her. Good Madam, On the Third Day, Long Walk. Let's see, Meat Cleaver Massacre. Let's see, I'm seeing if I've seen any of these. Beyond the Door, Phenomena is on there. Dario, I can't talk tonight. Dario Argento, that's a good one on there. Babadook, Night's End.
I can't stand Babadook. I know some people love that movie, but that kid, I understand the kid's supposed to act the way he is. But that kid, oh my God, I can't do that movie. I did watch it all the way through one time when it first got onto Netflix a long time ago. I will probably never watch that movie again because that kid just, oh my God, just shut the fuck up, kid.
Right. Let's try to see. Oh, here's a Shudder exclusive. The Bunker Game. Mysterious accidents are plaguing a LARP in an underground bunker. Is something supernatural afoot, or is it all part of the game? Another Shudder original, The Seed. What starts out as a weekend away in a remote luxury villa turns into a tale of horror, death, and alien invasion.
Yeah, that one looks interesting because I've seen the trailer to that, I've been debating about watching it. But it's basically like after we'll call it the alien gets on Earth, it's like a baby. And it's like one of them gets like obsessed with it, and it looks definitely interesting. I'll say that much.
Right. Let's see. A Mandarin movie, Detention, set during Taiwanese martial law of 1960s. This terrifying coming-of-age drama sees two classmates go looking for their missing friends, and teachers only to come face to face with ghosts and monsters that have taken over their school. Is that a Shudder original? They Live in the Gray. another Shudder original. While investigating a case of a clairvoyant social worker discovers the family is being tormented by a supernatural entity. Oh, good. Spring is on there. I'll have to watch that. After the death of his mother, Evan leaves California for Italy, where he falls for a mysterious young woman. Let's see.
I watched today. It's a Shudder original, and it's also on the Supernatural list. I had to pull up the Supernatural list to see what everything was. It's called Revealer. Find my notes here real quick.
I heard about that. I think I watched the trailer.
Tensions rise when a stripper and a religious protester are trapped together in a peep show booth and must come together to survive an apocalypse in 1980s Chicago. And they specify later on in the movie it's 1987. And it's basically Judgment Day, and there's like demons, and there's like this big demon, and there's these bunch of like little like snake-like things. The snake-like things are in the trailer. It's not really a snake. It's I just got a flashlight for some reason, but sorry, I got distracted by giving a flashlight. But either the trumpets are going off, and the religious person's like explaining, what's going on outside, because you can't see what's going on fully because they're underground.
Okay.
But so you get a little bit of what's going on, and there is a little bit of a twist to it because you think one way and it's actually another, and then it really does have a good message behind it about like judging people and etc. And it's interesting concept of how they did it. If I remember correctly, it said the producers of I think it was the producers or somebody anyway that had something to do with Scare Package was in on this movie.
Okay. Let's see. I came across another Shudder original here. The Last Thing Mary Saw. It's winter 1843. A young woman is under investigation following the mysterious death of her family's matriarch. Here she'll shed new light on the ageless forces behind the tragedy. Let's see what else might look good. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Was that Servo? Oh, there's some movie Croatian that was 1973. Werewolf movie. I guess it's like it's kind of like what's the word for werewolf? the well, it's spelled L-E.
Lycan?
Yeah, but it's spelled Leptirica. A group of rural villagers is beset upon by the infamous. Oh, okay, it's a vampire. That's weird. Vampire Savanik, who has taken up residence in their local flour mill. That's weird because the picture of it, like, it almost looks like a werewolf instead of a vampire. Like, he's got fangs all the way across. I thought, and I guess that's a beard. I thought it was like a werewolf face, but I don't know. Might be interesting.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it, so I don't know where I'm at compared to you on this list.
Plus I'm looking on the TV off my Fire Stick, off my Fire Sticks. I don't know if on a computer it might be a different setup.
True.
I mean, I know all the movies are there, but it just might be loading.
Right, yeah. Arranged differently.
Yeah.
Taking of Deborah Logan, that's in the Supernatural section. Awesome movie. It's not a Shudder original or exclusive or anything, but it's awesome movie. So if you ever get a chance to check that out, no matter where it's at, definitely.
I just came across that as I was scrolling to the right, taking of Deborah Logan. Next one, it says Hell House. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just about ready. When you got to talk, I was about ready to mention Hell House.
Okay, so I guess now we're kind of in the same.
Yeah. Oh, somewhat. I think mine is definitely arranged differently because it doesn't go long ways. I got like columns, but yeah, Hell House LLC. They got all three on here, but the first one's definitely the best. Mm-hmm. The second one's okay, and the third one's just like eh. But yeah, the first one, I remember it creeped the hell out of me. those little clowns that well, obviously they're just people pretending to be like mannequins, but they're clowns. Oh, those things are so
that are coming
creepy.
alive. Yeah.
I
They got
believe the third Hell House LLC was a Shudder exclusive. I don't see it on this list yet, but I remember when I was looking for stuff to watch, I remember it being listed as either, I'm pretty sure it was a Shudder exclusive.
then there's House and House. The second story is on there. Those are good ones.
VHS 94 is on there. That was pretty
Yeah.
decent.
I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it was good. The Ganjam Haunted Asylum, that Korean movie. An
I
internet
haven't seen
an internet broadcaster recruits a handful of people to appear in their experience the horror show that will take place at the Ganjam Mental Hospital, known as one of the world's 7 horrific sites. Anything in a mental hospital is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Night of the Demons is on there.
Yep, I just came across that.
And then Phantasm. I think all but number 2 is on here. Because they also have a Joe Bob Christmas special, which I was going to clump them together later, but since I already mentioned it, but there's a Joe Bob Christmas special that has all the Phantasms except for the number 2. It has Phantasm Remastered, Phantasm 3, Oblivion, and this stupid thing my cursor keeps making it pop up weird. Ravager.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. And then there's a Shudder original Seance. New girl in school, Camille Meadows, joins a late night ritual to summon an evil spirit. Before morning, one of the girls is dead, leaving the others wondering what they may have awakened. Let's see, Creep Show, House of the Devil's good.
Then we got 2 found footage flicks I think are pretty good. Grave Encounters 1 and 2. Grave Encounters, the first one's really good. The second one's okay, but I don't think it's horrible.
It had a weird ending to it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Grave Encounters 1 and 2 is pretty good.
Let's see, Shudder exclusive Jacob's Wife.
That was pretty good. Trying to find my notes on it, but Barbara, I don't know where I was getting Deborah from. Barbara Crampton is basically a bored housewife married to a preacher. So I can't find my notes. I'm going off memory. And so she plans to have an affair with, I think it was a high school sweetie or college sweetie, whatever he was. I don't remember. I want to say she knew him beforehand. And she decides to go have this affair with him, and they end up getting, either he was the monster or they get attacked by the monster. I don't remember which. And it turns her into, I'm pretty sure it's a vampire. Either that or a vampire-like creature. Mm-hmm. And then she ends up talking to her husband about it. She tries to control it and she can't, blah, blah, blah. And then she talks to her husband about it and he ends up kind of accepting her for it. It's kind of weird, but it's not too bad.
Let's see. There's another Shudder original I'm coming across. It's a French film. I don't know if I'll say it right or not. Condisha. 3 childhood friends invoke the spirit, a vengeful creature from a Moroccan legend. The game turns into a nightmare when their loved ones tragically disappear. The young girls will then do all they can to try to counter the evil creature. Let's see. Now, this is a Shudder exclusive, but I don't remember. I thought it was out before it was on Shudder, but The Call, it's got Tobin Bell in it, and what's her name from
Lynn Shay.
Yeah, Lynn Shay from The Insidious. And that's the fall of 87. A group of small town friends must survive a supernatural nightmare in the home of a sinister couple. 1962 Carnival Souls is on there.
I got a Shudder original. It's not really a favorite of mine. I really didn't care for this movie all that well. But I'll talk about it anyway. But it's called Super Deep. is coming up next in the thing. The Kola Super Deep, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, is Kola borehole is the largest Russian secret facility in 1984 at the depth of more than 7 miles below the surface. Unexplained sounds were recorded resembling the screams and moans of numerous people since the events. The object has been closed. A small research team of scientists and military personnel go down below the surface to find the secret hidden these many decades. What they discover will pose the greatest threat to humanity ever faced. I want to say this is foreign, but it's not telling me where. Oh, it says English. I could have swore it was foreign, but it says it's English.
Oh.
But I wasn't really into this movie. I remember having some sort of weird twist or end or something to it that I just didn't dig.
So you got another original called Son. When a young boy mysteriously falls ill, his mother must decide how far she will go to protect him from terrifying forces in her past. Another original, An Unquiet Grave. A year after the death of his wife, a man enlists her sister to help bring her back.
You got the original House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price.
Oh, I just came across that Super Deep you were talking about.
Yeah. The trailer looks really good, and it was all right. I mean, I say it was all right, but it was just. I wish I would have remembered. I didn't write notes on it because I didn't really like this movie, but since we're kind of going through all of them, I was like, there was something about it. I just don't remember what. It's been a minute, but it had some sort of weird either twist or storyline or something about it that I was just like, oh my God. Evil Speak is on there. I've heard a lot of people talk about this movie that has like the weird looking rabbit on it, Caveat.
I was just looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah, Shudder original. I see a lot of people talking very highly. Supposedly, it's also in like the category of like the stuff that's supposed to be super like kind of scary on Shudder. But I've heard a lot of people talk highly of this movie. I have not got to see it yet, so I can't voice my opinion on it. But I know a lot of people talk highly about it.
Looks interesting. An abandoned house on an isolated island. A lone drifter makes horrific discoveries. Discover a wholly original new vision of terror. So, hey, Bones. He said the Seed is decent. Yeah, we sort of mentioned that. I haven't watched it yet. And Glorious the other night. Yeah. I heard that was a crazy one.
Yeah, I got that one on my list. I haven't seen it like coming up yet, and I don't want to get my notes too out of order. I'll never find anything. But yeah, I definitely watched that. And we got Spooky and Black Roses, which are also or Spookies, excuse me, and Black Roses, which you can also watch both of these with Joe Bob. I would highly suggest watching Spookies with Joe Bob because that movie is just ooh.
Spooky?
No, not really.
No, I know. Yeah.
I think it's during the TV show last drive-in. I'd have to look. Like I said, I was planning on talking about the Joe Bob stuff separately, but
yeah. I haven't seen this, but this looks interesting. There's a cartoon called Attack of the Demons. It says in this animated comedy, a small Colorado town is overrun by a legion of mutating demons. Might be funny.
yeah, Bones was talking about the one with the stripper. It's called Revealer. I talked about it a little bit ago.
Yep, just mentioned that one not too long ago.
And then we got the Shudder exclusive, Boys from County Hell. This is great Irish comedy. I'm pretty sure it takes place in Ireland. I know at least the people that are in it are Irish. The dad is just a straight up Irish dad, but it's pretty entertaining. But you got to kind of understand, like, I would say the Irish humor of it, because
Right.
some of the stuff, if you don't really understand British, Irish humor, that you might not get. But I remember the vampire being kind of funny too. I don't remember how. God, I didn't put notes on. I forgot, but yeah, definitely something to check out, especially if you like that kind of stuff. Remember, I did a review on it like a long time ago. I don't remember when. It'd probably take me too long to find.
Right. Came across another original, The Vanishing. In the 1930s, a young reverend and his family move into a manor with a horrifying secret. Don't panic. Is that for Michael's birthday? His friend. Oh, okay. Movie called Don't Panic, 1989. Michael's birthday. His friends brought a Ouija board and they summoned the supernatural terror. So, what else have you seen, Bones? Anything recent?
Oh,
Hey, I am Ice Lore. Yeah, I still haven't watched Psycho Gore, man.
oh, it's
like,
great. It is great. The alien or whatever he is comes to Earth, and then the little girl gets a hold of him, and then he ends up kind of learning the value of having friends and family and being together, and then he has this whole cowboy gay vibe too.
gay cowboy, okay.
Pretty much, yes. That's basically what he turns into. But it is great. You'll want the little girl to die. I guarantee you'll want to kick her into a fire, but
kick her into the fire pit, right?
But she kind of learns the lesson along with it too. But
Intruder's good. I like that. Nanette said that she watched that yesterday.
I see. Anything for Jackson is coming up on the list. Shudder original, great movie. I am get this pulled up because I'll never find it in my notes. After losing their only grandson in a car accident, grief-stricken Audrey and Henry kidnap a pregnant woman with dark intentions to perform a reverse exorcism, putting Will Jackson inside, her unborn child. It's a great, creepy movie.
Sounds like it. Let's see what else is original. There's an Indonesian movie, The Queen of Black Magic. At a rural orphanage, a supernatural nightmare brings dark secrets to light. I think I'm coming up the end of Super. Oh, no, it's still going.
Yeah, there's more. I almost watched this one movie. Is coming up probably for you. It's a Shudder exclusive, but it's called 32. I'm probably not gonna say this right. Malaysia Street. It was a Spanish flick. I almost watched it last night, but the last time I watched a Spanish horror, it scared the shit out of me. And I was like, I don't want to watch this late at night. I get scared. I don't know if it's actually scary or not, but if it's anything like Terrified, it'd be great. Technically, I think Terrified's Argentina, but it has a Spanish language.
Oh, now I see it. Now I'm up to it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it looked good by the trailer, and I almost watched it, but I almost watched it last night, but I was like, if it's anything like Terrified, because it's another kind of a ghost type movie, I was like, I better not give myself nightmares.
There's a Korean film. Looks like it's got what is it? 1, 2, 4 out of 5 skulls on there. I guess they rate it.
Yeah.
It's called The Lingering. A young woman unravels her family's dark history in a haunted hotel. And then another one's called another Indonesian, May the Devil Take You To. After escaping from demonic terror, a young woman must once again wage war against hell's dark forces.
And then Bones brought it up earlier, but the Mortuary Collection, which is a Shudder original, it has shit. What's his name? Clancy Brown. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, didn't he pass away, or am I thinking of someone else?
I think you're thinking of somebody
Okay,
else.
never mind.
I think. But anyway, it's a great anthology. Definitely, I would suggest checking it out. It has a little bit of a twist at the end. And right next to it, we got the Cleansing Hour.
Yep, that's what I just clicked on.
It's a Shudder original where they have like a web page and they stage elaborate exorcism for this, you know, lack of better terms, we'll call it YouTube. And so they're trying to get, views and whatnot. And then they end up getting a real possession going on and they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
it's a pretty decent movie.
I didn't know they had the WNUF Halloween special. That was funny.
Yeah.
1987, a TV news team tried to contact spirits in a haunted house, but something went wrong.
Then we got Nicolas Cage, Color Out of Space. Actually, when this came on Shudder, my son actually wanted to see it because he was, he's super into Nicolas Cage. And it's a Shudder exclusive.
Not the bees. Not the bees. Yeah.
Yeah, he had heard about this movie and he was telling me about the scene with the tomato. If y'all have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And where he gets mad at a tomato. And so it was like one of the first movies we watched like actually together in a very long time. We actually sat down here and watched, at least since we moved. Because he used to watch movies with me all the time now. Now he's a teenager and you don't care what mom has to do. And then next to it, we have The Shed. I watched that last night. It's a Shudder exclusive. And when Stan discovers a murderous vampire living in his shed, he knows he must destroy it. But his best friend, Domer, or I think they pronounce it Dahmer in the thing, has much more sinister plan. It's a decent vampire flick. The vampires I thought looked pretty cool, and they do leave it open for another one, but I think as old as it is, it's probably not going to get one, I would say. But I thought it was pretty decent. I have seen people complain about it, but it's really not that bad, I don't think.
So then there's the Ring Zero next to it. I don't know on yours or whatever, but Japanese.
Yeah, I saw that. I just jumped over to see chat because I can't see both at the same time. So it's just, yeah, yummy. Let's talk about that one in a little bit. Left out.
There's a Shudder original, The Beach House. A couple's beach getaway turns terrifying when environmental contagion takes hold. Almost sounds like Cabin Fever, except on the beach. A Korean film, Shudder original, Metamorphosis. A young exorcist fights a demon hiding within his own family.
Yeah, I don't know if you came across it or mentioned it yet because I was trying to read chat and I didn't hear. But the La Llorona movie that I was talking about is on here. The Shudder, it's a Shudder original.
I passed that, yeah, or just came across that.
It is so much better than the James Wan version, and I'm pretty sure because if I click it, it's going to take me like all the way back to the top of the list. I want to say it's Spanish language. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's definitely a lot better than James Wan's version. Just so if you like the urban legend of La Llorona, I would definitely check out the one that's on Shudder.
It is Spanish, it says.
And I thought it was. Yeah. It's so much better than the James Wan version. So much better.
That's kind of surprising, but yeah.
Yeah, I love James Wan films, but yeah, he fucked up with La Llorona.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Hellraiser 1 and 2 on there.
Yeah, Reanimator. Then we got sorry, we got the Shudder exclusive Bliss.
Yep, that's what I was about to
Uh,
say.
this one has it's a vampire film, but it does have if you're epileptic, it does have a warning about watching it. And I tell you what, I did try to watch it. I don't have epilepsy, but my eyes are light sensitive. I couldn't watch it just because of all the like strobe. It has so much strobe in it. So if you cannot handle this, and I've heard this is really good, but I couldn't watch it. So if you can handle all that, check it out. But if you can't handle it, it's pretty bad. So I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. I was like, I can't watch it.
Another Shudder original, good anthology, Nightmare Cinema. In this twisted horror anthology, 5 strangers are drawn to an abandoned theater and forced to watch their deepest and darkest fears play out before them. And Body Bags is a good one. We've already talked about that on prior shows.
Yeah, we got the Love Witch, which I think it was like 2000 something. I want to say 17, 15 something to that
17,
effect.
Yeah.
Film, but it's made to look like it was made in like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, it says tribute to the 60s Technicolor thrillers.
Yeah. And yeah, we watched on Joe Bob one night. I probably had more fun watching it because I was watching it with Joe Bob, but I really enjoyed it.
That's funny. Bones said 6 people watching. Are they all on devices that don't have keyboards? That's okay. Thank you for watching. Anything you want to add, though, feel free in the chat.
If there's 6 people watching, why we got 3 likes?
So yeah. Come on. Might as well like
you
it.
You can be quiet all you want. Like it.
Like it or leave it. No, I'm just playing. The Wailing was good. That's a Korean movie.
I've heard that's good. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about
It's
it.
157 minutes. It's kind of long, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of put off watching it, because sometimes I don't have time to sit and watch a movie.
And then read the subtitles too.
Right. Yeah, because I'd have to be able to sit and be able to pay attention to every minute of it. And sometimes I have to like get up and walk around or whatever, because I sit way too much. Then here, Terrified, that's I was talking about earlier. Man, that movie. First time I watched it, was I think in 2018 when I first got Shudder, and I watched it. I was home alone. Everybody was gone, like school, work, whatever. During the day, and I had to shut that shit off because I got so creeped out. But I ended up going back and rewatching it. But I highly, highly recommend Terrified. It's a Shudder original. It's Spanish, so there will be subtitles. Like should match the viewers. That'd be nice, but not everybody wants to like or.
Hello. Superman.
Superman.
Let's see. Got another Shudder exclusive. It's Portuguese, The Night Shifter. By a guy who can talk to the dead. If he isn't careful, his gift will be a curse. Christmas Presents, another Shudder. A friend's miss quickly turns to chaos and bloody nightmare ensues. It's like there's a lot just under Supernatural.
There's a lot of movies on here.
On Shudder, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one called it's a Shudder original called The Witch in the Window.
Right next to Terrified, yep.
Yeah, but I didn't really care for that movie. It wasn't for me. I thought it was kind of stupid myself.
I haven't watched it yet, but I haven't heard anything bad about it, but the girl walks home alone at night.
I watched it with Joe Bob, and it's a definitely slow burn, and I'm not particularly fond of those type of movies, so I wasn't really into it. And then probably the only reason I stuck with it, as long as I usually don't shut movies off anyway, but I basically was just paying attention to Joe Bob things. I got so bored with it. But yeah, it's like I know some people like that stuff, and each their own. But those type of movies are not my thing. So if you like slow burns, definitely check it out. I've heard it's good. I tried watching it, and I got too bored.
Superman said, "What do you think of Scare Package? Thought it was not great."
Who said that? He said that.
LL.
Scare Package is awesome. What are you talking about?
But to each their own.
Yeah, that's true. Each their own.
But it's like, how dare you? Like, what was that Rocko's Modern Life when he was on the beach and there's like that giant hippo and he accidentally gets thrown in between? He's like, how dare you?
Right. Yeah, everybody likes their own. I'll never say, oh, you need to change your opinion on this because I don't like it. Each their own. Everybody likes everything different. But yeah, I love Scare Package. But I like the more goofy type movies like that. Yeah. I remember watching this Shudder exclusive, We Go On, but I don't remember if I liked it or not, to be quite honest. I've been wanting to watch this one, the Sadeko versus. I don't even want to. It's basically The Grudge versus The Ring Girl.
Oh, Samara or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have those names. They're a little bit different. It's not Samara. It says it's like Sadeko. It's like Sadako versus then it's K. Then it's Kayako. So it's those two, but by the picture, it looks like it's a horror comedy. What I've seen of it. Oh yeah, it says Vengeful Spirits of the Ring and Juno, which is the Grudge series face off. But I don't think they have like the rights to either one of those movies. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's why the names are changed, or maybe that's what the Japanese names were. I don't know.
Let's see.
I was just seeing. I flipped over the chat and
I saw it too.
I demand you change your opinion.
Everyone can have their opinion, even if it's wrong.
It's Boomstick from a classic. You still have what are you going on about? I don't understand. Mr. Bones, it's Boomstick from a classic. You still haven't watched it yet. I don't know what the fuck you're going on about.
I guess he hasn't seen Evil Dead, maybe? I don't know.
Apparently, I missed something.
I don't know. Did you say for the Shudder original, did you say Can't Take It Back yet?
No.
Yeah, Vengeful Spirit goes after two girls who posted mean comments on her Facebook page.
Damn, there's another movie that's something similar to that on here, but I don't know what category it's under. But it's called Columnist. I haven't seen it yet, but it's basically a columnist gets tired of people trolling her, so she goes out and finds the people and like kills them or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I found there's the Sudoku versus Kaiku, or however you say it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's the end of the list now. The Beyond, yeah. But
no, I'm not cursing you, Bones. I was just trying to figure out what the hell you was on about. You'd know if I was cursing you. Trust me, you would know.
I curse thee.
Okay, I think I've seen a conversation between them and got confused. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all it was there.
Yeah. All right, what category are you going next? Killers?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as I'm on the same page, that's all I care.
Oh, they got the original Crazies on there, George Romero.
Which, I hate to say it, I do like the remake better. I did watch the original one, and it's all right. It's not horrible, but I do like the remake better. I know that's a sin, but I don't care.
Let's see. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. I still got to watch that. It's a 1989 movie, a year after Melanie's high school sweetheart dies in a fire, a shadowy killer has taken up residence in the new mall that stands on his former home. Let's
Then we
see.
got Bloody Hell. I was talking about this movie not too long ago. I did a review on this one not too long ago either. I definitely suggest watching this movie. It's bonkers. It has a guy that is kind of like a Fight Club vibe to it because he's talking to himself, but it's like literally himself and not like another person that he's imagined. He's like quite literally talking to himself. He even makes a joke like somebody's like, "Who you talking to?" He's like, "Myself." But his like conscious like self like helps him through because he gets kidnapped, and he basically goes to prison because these people go in to rob a bank. You see this in the trailer, I believe, and he does something to make it stop. I don't want to get too involved in it because I don't want to spoil anything. Then he gets sent away, and then he comes back, and he's all over the papers and whatnot. He sees himself winking at himself because you see this in the trailer, so I'm not giving that part away. So he's like, I want to get away from here. And where he decides to go, he decides by shooting a spit wad onto a map. And that part's kind of funny. I don't want to say much more about that because it'll give away some too, but yeah, he decides where to go by shooting a spit wad. So basically, fate took him to this other place, and it does switch between two languages. It's mostly English. I want to say it's Swedish, maybe. He goes to Finland where they speak Swedish. I don't
Yeah.
know. He goes to Finland, so there is a little bit of subtitles you have to pay attention to, but it's not like the whole ass movie. There is mainly English. Sorry, I had to signal.
The bat signal.
Yeah. And so he goes to Finland and he gets kidnapped, which this is in the trailer, so I'm not giving that away. And the people who kidnap him don't have the best intentions, and his conscious self helps him get through that. And there is one part that's not in the trailer I gotta give away. Something happens to one of his legs. I'll just say he loses part of his leg. And to get out of where he's at, he takes a golf club and hooks it onto his leg to use it as a foot.
Okay.
But there's cannibals in this, there's the kidnapping in this, the whole like Fight Club vibe of him. The dude playing the main character, I don't remember his name without looking at my list or whatever, but the main dude who plays it, he is freaking hilarious. And it's like the whole Fight Club vibe, and then let's say cannibals, and there's this gigantic man baby creature in it. It's a fucking crazy ass movie. Definitely, if you like crazy ass movies, watch Bloody Hell, especially if you like funny crazy ass movies. I wasn't on chat for a minute, so I was just trying to catch up.
I guess they're just talking about something.
I think they're talking about my name being related to the Evil Dead.
Let's see. We got Uncle Sam, which we've already talked about.
Uncle Sam.
The Burning is on there. 5 years after he is horribly burned during a prank gone wrong, a summer camp caretaker returns to exact his bloody revenge. I haven't watched this one yet, but I believe Scout Taylor Compton is in it. The Long Night. A New York transplant returns to her southern stomping grounds, but the weekend takes a bizarre turn when a nightmarish cult arrives to fulfill a twisted apocalyptic prophecy. Click on it. I don't want to play the trailer. More info. I just want to see if that was. Yeah, Scout Taylor is in it. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. The Clove Hitch Killer was pretty good.
It's not.
A young teen fears his dad might be the Clove Hitch, an infamous serial killer that was never caught.
Nice. Summer of '84. That's a good movie. And then they also got Tragedy Girls.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Those are some crazy bitches that want attention.
I almost watched this movie, but I decided to watch something else instead. For the Sake of Vicious. It's a Shudder exclusive. And basically what I understand by the synopsis is this single mom. She's a nurse. She's extremely tired. She goes home from work and to find a man had kidnapped another man and basically beaten the hell out of him in her house. And something happens and their home gets invaded by somebody else. And so they have to work together. I think the hostage is part of the other group. What under my understanding by the trailer, that somehow like the other group that home invades them is somewhat connected to the hostage dude. I've only seen the trailer, so I wouldn't quote me on that. And so the guy that kidnapped the hostage dude and the mom, and I'm presuming her kid, is the third person. Maybe because it said they all had to work together and they call her a single mom, so I'm presuming her kid's involved. Have to work together to fight off the other home invaders. It seems like an interesting concept. I just haven't watched it yet, but it looked interesting.
Let's see, what else we got on here? I still gotta watch this. I don't know why I've been putting it off, but Popcorn, a deranged killer begins killing college students, organizing a horror movie marathon.
I've seen somebody ask, what is summer of '84? The synopsis, it's the summer of '84, the perfect time to be 15 years old and free. But when a neighborhood conspiracy theorist Davy Armstrong begins to suspect his police officer neighbor might be the serial killer, all over the local news, he and his friends, three best friends, begin investigation that soon turns dangerous. So basically, they're trying to like spy and see if this guy is actually a serial killer, and it does get dangerous. What I remember, it's been a minute since I've seen it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. There's Tragedy Girls, past that. Sake of Vicious.
Ice Cream Man, love that movie with Clint
Clint
Howard. A Fender Bender, that's on here. That's an interesting like thriller type. I would say it's a little bit more toward a thriller. Mm-hmm. But basically, this guy, he goes and crashes into people and to get their information, because he's a serial killer, so he goes and he like does minor crashes with them to get their information so he can go and kill them.
Yep.
And he gets information to this young girl, but she ends up fighting back, blah blah blah. It's a decent thriller, so if you like those type of movies, I would suggest checking out Fender Bender. That was pretty good.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, 1986. That's a really good one.
Merle.
Yeah. Yeah. Controversial horror classic follows a serial killer and his partner in crime.
It's supposedly based off a true serial killer, but the guy, which I forget the dude's name off the top of my head, But they ended up finding out like the guy that they based it on like lied about a lot of his killings. So they don't really know what he actually did and didn't do. But it is supposedly based off of hi Max, off of a real life serial killer. Now, if it's the one that they actually caught, we don't know because they found out that he did lie about some stuff. For life of me, I can't think about what the hell his name was. One like the typical Dahmer,
Hmm.
um, Ted Bundy, one of the typical ones like Gacy and stuff like that that you hear about.
Stitches is a good one.
Yeah,
An evil clown returns from the dead to terrorize teens who caused his death.
as one of the probably one of the good, really good clown, evil clown movies. Why are you harassing me right now? I haven't seen it yet. It's a Shudder original. Sorry, it's real tiny letters. The Boy Behind the Door, but I've heard a lot of people talk about that movie, and I've already heard praise about it. I haven't got to see it yet. Besides the trailer, the trailer looked weird, so I've just kind of stayed away. But I've heard high praise, so take it how you will on that. I did watch the next one next to it, Mass Hysteria. That one's pretty funny. It takes place in Salem, obviously. If you see that, well, I guess not everybody could see the poster, but there is a witch on there, and this they're doing tours of like different areas and whatnot of Salem, Massachusetts. They put on a skit. A tourist dies, so they think that the people doing the skits are real life witches. So like all the tourists get like super paranoid, and it basically turns into like a witch hunt from back in the day, but the tourist against like this group of lack of better terms, we'll call them kids, but they're adults. But this group that does the performing, they all think that they're witches. It's pretty interesting, and I think it has a nice little concept to it. I had fun watching it anyway.
I found another Shudder original, Vicious Fun. A
Yeah, I
horror
watched
film
that.
critic stumbles into a self-help group for serial killers. So
Yes.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty decent. It does have um vibes. I know one of the serial killers. If you've seen the Creep Show Christmas special, where there was the self help group for like shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters, yeah,
One
and a
of the
furry.
one of the shapeshifters that was in that is also in this movie, but he's not a shapeshifter in this movie. He's just a regular serial killer, but he plays like a Jason type serial killer. He has a mask. It's not a Jason mask, but he has a mask, and he likes a machete, and he likes to go to like campgrounds and whatnot and kill kids. Then there's one that straight up reminds you of Patrick Bateman. Like 80s everything. He's wearing, he likes to wear like a poncho or a coat that's waterproof or whatever.
You like Huey and News? Well, you should.
You would definitely, if you see him, once you see him, you'll immediately think Patrick Bateman. And then, oh, I can't think of the dude's name that's in this. He was also in Krampus, the one that fights the gingerbread cookies. I can't think of what the fuck his name is, but he's in there as well. He's one of the serial killers. Um, then there's like this samurai serial killer, and then there's another one that's kind of a mix of a clown serial killer and who's that doctor that Dr. Kevorkian type dude.
Right.
He's like crazy like a clown, but he's got like medical background. It's like merged into one person.
Nice.
And it's pretty crazy. So if it sounds interesting, definitely check it out. It's not as funny as I thought it would be, but it was still entertaining to watch.
Apparently, it got 5 red skulls.
Yeah.
So I guess.
I thought it was going to be funnier because it was listed as a horror comedy. Did think it was going to be funnier, but I'm not complaining about it. It was entertaining to watch, like I said, especially having like the themed serial killers. You know, you have one that's like a Jason type and another that's like the Patrick Bateman type, and
Mhm.
then just the concept alone of a self-help group for serial killers.
This is a good one. Found is a good one. That came out in 2012. A horror obsessive boy discovers his older brother is a serial killer.
I haven't seen this yet, but I've heard a lot of people talk highly of this. It's a Shudder original called Skull, the Mask. It's a mask possesses those who wear it to kill in the splatter-filled supernatural slasher. Like I said, I have not seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. It sounded kind of a little too.
Looks like it's Portuguese. It says.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not telling me that without clicking on it, and I don't want to lose my place. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I have heard a lot of people talk highly of it. So
another original, Lucky, story of a woman, a mysterious masked man. He reappears every night, even when she kills him. A mind-bending slasher from Natasha Kermani and Bree Grant. Looks like a woman director and writer team. Open 24 hours was a good one. At an all-night gas station, a paranoid woman must figure out if she's delusional or under attack. Yeah. It's like, just when I thought I was coming to the end of Killers, there's more.
oh yeah, Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell on it. It's a Shudder exclusive. I know a lot of people hate this film, but I like it, and the reason why I like it is I think it shows more of the family dynamic, as weird as that sounds, for the Firefly family.
Yeah.
But it shows more of like when I did my review on it, I think I talked about all 3 movies in one video. But what I like about it is like, I think it was Devil Rejects, the whole ice cream thing is like, that was their family dynamic. And you only get a little piece of it here and there in those movies. But in this one, it's like, oh, plus they had to kind of rewrite it too because of Sid Haig.
Yeah.
But I think it gives more of the family dynamic vibe to this movie. And that's why I like it, because you get more of that. You see more of their family dynamic. And we got Tourist Trap. I like that movie. I never seen it until it was on Joe Bob, and I really do enjoy that one. Manic Cop 2 and 3 are on here. I thought the first one was on here too, but I'm not seeing it. Unless it's in a different category or order or something.
Who knows? Stage Fright was good. 1987, the serial killer stalks the cast of a play based on his gruesome murders. Fade to Black, another good one. A bullied film fanatic launches a series of grotesque murders modeled after his favorite movies.
Deadly Games is on here. I remember it's being foreign. I don't remember what type it was. But it says a 9-year-old Thomas waits for Santa Claus, but he's about to experience the most frightening night, blah, blah. It's also called AKA Dial Code for Santa Claus. And if you like the Home Alone type movies, this is definitely up your aisle. You just have to get through. I'm pretty sure it had subtitles, if I remember correctly. But it definitely has a Home Alone vibe. Of course, then we got Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which if you
Garbage Day.
But if you haven't seen the first one, all you do is watch this one, and you get pretty much the same movie with added parts,
Yeah.
as in Garbage Day.
Don't forget Garbage Day.
Then we have Haunt.
Haunt.
Haunt
Yeah,
is
that's what I was.
amazing. It's a Shudder exclusive.
Halloween, six friends head to an extreme haunted house that promises to feed on their darkest fears.
We got Chopping
Shopping
Mall.
mall. Yeah.
And then Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. My personal opinion, the number 2 is the best. I love the Driller Killer, the rock and roll one.
Mhm.
I love breaking out the scenes where they're singing and using the guitar driller. But yeah, I like those crazy ass movies. And of course, we got Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep. And then Shudder Original. It's in German. It might have the English version too. Party Hard, Die Young.
Yeah,
That,
there is an English one too. I haven't watched the English one, so I don't know if it's dubbed. I would assume it'd be dubbed.
yeah,
But
it's
I watched the German one first, and then later I found out they do have a dubbed one. But I already watched it. I remember enjoying it. I don't really remember too much about it because it's been a little over a year since I've seen it.
the
But
kills were really brutal in it. I
yeah,
liked it. Yeah.
and we got the Ranger, the
Yeah.
Shudder original, or a ranger basically goes unhinged on a bunch of kids because he gets tired of people disrespecting him. Then we got the Shudder original Revenge. I've talked about this movie before. A young woman takes vengeance on three married men who left her for dead. This is a rape revenge movie. If I remember correctly, they don't exactly show like more. It's not like I
Spit on your grave. Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave or Last House on the Left. It's more like if only or the even lambs have teeth, whatever. It's like you know what happens, but you don't see it really happen. But it's a really good movie, so I suggest it. But I don't mind watching those movies. I know some people have a hard time with it, but
yeah, if you don't like those type of movies,
right.
then
remember Downrange was pretty good. It's a Shudder exclusive. Stranded at the side of a road after a tire blowout, a group of friends become targets. That was pretty good. I remember
for a sniper,
that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of cuts off, so I'm afraid it's gonna shoot me back to the top. So I was just reading what it showed
Right.
me.
Another Shudder exclusive, Cold Hell, a life and death struggle ensue when a young taxi driver is pursued by an insane serial killer after witnessing a murder. Black Christmas is on here.
And that's the 70s version, Black Christmas.
Yeah. And I think I'm at the end here. Pieces. So that was really good. It's silly, but it's like how he teams up with the cop and everything. But how he cuts people up and puts them in puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that for the first time, of course, with Joe Bob. There's a lot of stuff that I've gotten introduced to by watching Joe Bob, both back in the 90s and now.
So it looks like next one is Creature Features.
Yeah, did you mention the link Bodum?
Oh, no. I didn't say like Bodum, no. But yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of people talk and say it's really good. It says, for teens get some crazy surprises when they camp out at a site of a grisly massacre.
Mm-hmm.
I said I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Okay, let me scroll to the top. Oh, come on, you stupid mouse. Come on, go to Creature Features. Okay.
Monkey Shines is on there. That's a good one.
Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
The First Grizzly is on there. Day of the Animals is on there. I tried watching that, but I fell asleep. I think I tried watching it twice because I remember in the last time it was on, because it was on for a while and then it left and then it came back. But the last time it was on, I remember in the caption it said something about Leslie Nielsen wearing a bear suit, and I was like, I have to see this, but
Oh,
I couldn't stay awake while watching it. So I don't know if I was just extremely tired or if that movie's just extremely boring. I couldn't tell you, but I could not stay awake.
both the alligators. Oh, shoot. It's
Yeah,
like now I'm yawning.
yeah, Alligator 1 and 2. I've seen the first one several times. I don't remember ever watching the second one. I don't know if I've seen that one or not. And Back Country, which is a really good bear movie. Urban couple goes camping in the woods to find themselves lost in the territory of a predator. In the Canadian wilderness, where the unimaginable beauty sits alongside our most primal fears. Alex is a seasoned outdoorsman, while Jean, a corporate lawyer, is not. After much convincing and against her best judgment, she agrees to let him take her deep into the I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. We'll say provincial park to one of his favorite spots, the secluded Blackfoot Trail. If I remember, if this is the one I'm thinking of, I don't want to speak too much out of my ass, but if this is what I'm thinking of, this one also has um, like another person that comes in and they get kind of suspected, thinking that he's out for them as well.
Let's see. I am the Ice Lord was saying, asking if we've heard of Prevenge. Yeah, that was
I
interesting.
saw that on Shudder, but it showed a pregnant woman, and I don't like watching like baby horror, so I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that and see something I don't want to see. So I have stayed away from that one on purpose, just because of the cover has a pregnant woman on it. So I don't know if I can handle that one.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so just like some people can't handle rape revenge movies, I can't handle baby horror.
No baby horror.
No, I can't. I can't. There's Death Valley on here. I watched this last night. It's a Shudder original, and it reminds me a lot of Resident Evil, like the creature type things in it. And I don't want to give too much away without saying it, but there's a lot of like kind of, I'll call it war for lack of better terms, fighting and stuff in this. And then it gets kind of Resident Evil-ish, like the creatures and just like kind of the theme of it and whatnot. So if you like Resident Evil type stuff, it's definitely not in the lines of that, but it definitely gives off that they may have taken some ideas from them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's another Shudder original, Monstrous. It's like searching for a missing friend in upstate New York. A young woman finds an evil more sinister than she could ever imagine. Kind of like Bigfoot, it looks like. Oh, Tale was interesting, or Thale, Thale. It's Norwegian. Two crime scene cleaners discover a mythical creature in this enchanting monster movie.
And Peninsula.
Yeah, I
the
just
sequel to Train to Busan. It's a Shudder exclusive. I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I really like this movie. I bought this before it even dropped to Shudder. It's like as soon as it came out, I bought this movie.
Yeah.
And because I was like super excited to see this. It's not as great as the first one. I will admit that. Oh, I shouldn't say technically the first one because there is a prequel. So we'll say not as great as Train to Busan. The sequel or the prequel used to be on here, but I don't see it anymore. It was called Soul Station. It was animated. I didn't like it. I wasn't like the storyline. It's just like the animation. I didn't like it.
Too bad it wasn't live action. They should have done.
Yeah, I don't know why they went the animation route. That was weird. But some people like the animation route. I don't know. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. It kind of reminded me. If you like anime crap, then maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
you like anime crap, you'll love it.
Yeah, he likes anime crap. That's why he was like, "What?" I don't like the anime stuff, so I was just like, "Eh." But yeah, I liked Peninsula. It is a little bit more crazier than Train to Busan, but I think they did pretty good. They did have a couple parts where you make you feel for the characters, but it wouldn't like you didn't get too and I was like super involved like Train to Busan, but you still felt for the characters.
Right. I was going to say, since we're over an hour in here and there's a group of people, some people might leave. Should I tell them the news? Boom.
If you want, go for it.
You think? Yeah. Well, people who have seen the Polonia show, Jeff Kirkendall had mentioned that he's doing a movie called The Stalking about killer plants. He wrote me a few days ago earlier in the week, and he was talking to Mark, and they want me to be in the movie. So I'll officially be a Polonia pal. So it's not filming till April, but I pretty much got my lines almost all memorized. It's a funny character. He's in a group of people. I'll just leave it at that. So I can't really say too much, but I think you'll all enjoy it. It's a brutal script, and Jeff did a good job on it. And looking forward to bringing it to the screen. Hopefully, it'll be on Amazon Prime, maybe, or Tubi.
Yeah.
So yep, Bones. It's yeah. Finally, after all talking, like saying I should work with them, it's official. So
Yeah. So we'll have to look for him in the movies now.
so yep, I'm in the beginning, middle, and end. So it's not like my never back down 5 second head boggling. Aha. So, but yep, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you, thank you. Yeah. That's my interesting news for the week. So, what else we got? Your next one, boom.
Um, I kind of talked about the Shudder original Creep Show, the holiday special. This is the Christmas holiday special, and like I said, it's the self-help group for shapeshifters. So there's not only werewolves, there's other creatures as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they fight Santa Clauses. Not Santa Claus, Santa Clauses. There's a herd of them,
Yeah.
and it's really fun film. They even have a furry in there.
Yep.
They just
He's funny.
accept her as is, and she accepts them. She's welcome. So,
In my heart, I'm a shapeshifter.
so yeah, so she helps them out, and so I really enjoyed this film. I like it so much better than the Halloween special,
Mm-hmm.
but the Halloween special is animated. And nothing really against anime because I do like some cartoons, but I don't know, like that animation type, like the anime stuff type. I
The
don't know what
anime
it is.
crap, as you defined
Yes,
it.
like the anime. I don't know what it is about it. I can't get into it. I
Yeah,
know a lot of people like that stuff. It's not for me.
mm. Yeah, I was gonna say Bones. I don't know if it's gonna be Wild Eye or SRS. I don't know the company that's gonna release it, but I mean, Mark Polonia, it's usually SRS or Wild Eye, so I don't know which it'll be, but Wild Eye would be cool. Like, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I won't know what company's releasing it, but those are the two that Mark usually uses. So I assume it'll be one of those two. I'm not sure. But yeah, as soon as get info, I mean, like I said, not filming till April, so hopefully sometime next year. I mean, Mark puts them together pretty quick, so who knows?
Right.
Maybe by fall next year, maybe. I mean, I can't say, but that'd be cool. So
Right. And plus you'll have to like double check the things that you can talk about. You might not even be able to like discuss like who
when it comes out,
releases it until it starts to come closer to releasing it.
so
So
and it's new, but I'll when I'm allowed to say and keep posted, and so I'll probably. I mean, I know it's. I don't think it's up yet. I'll find out, but I'll definitely put it up on Internet Movie Database. I'll start a Internet Movie Database page. So
Yeah, he might even have you in more.
since he keeps the same people, and if I mean, see how it goes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like he does so many movies so quick. It's like, well, watch me be there and be like, hey, while you're here, you want to film this other movie? No, I'm just kidding. That'd be funny, but yeah, well, if it's a Wild Eye, that'd be great. Be like, hey, Rob, let me get about 5 of those, please. I'm in it. Come on. Well, what was funny when I was working at Suncoast, what was it? Chris Tucker came in and I missed him, and I'm mad at my coworker that didn't tell me he was there. Like I walked right by him and didn't even say it was him, but he bought the Def Comedy Jam that he was on. Yeah, I'd never back down too as an uncredited. Yeah, I can do that as a 5-second club guy. That's the time. Mm-hmm. I'm just the club guy. That's all. So yeah, 2. Well, it's a start there. So
yeah.
So but yeah, it'll be fun, and I'm sure it'll entertain you guys, and so I'm hoping it'll go well. I'm assuming it will. I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean,
right.
Jeff wrote a great script. Mark, puts it together. Good director. So I heard now I'll get to experience it.
Yeah.
So. Yep. So we'll find out, and I'll, like I said, when I get more info. Let's see. Hey, you was still there. Put that shit down. Yeah, I was there. That's right. From 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning, doing that same old scene. So, yep, that'll be on there. All right. After Creepshow, I don't know if you were going to say this next, but there's a Shudder exclusive Blood Vessel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen this one a while back.
How was that?
I remember it was pretty decent. I don't remember being like extremely good or extremely bad. I just remember it being decent. It may have been better than what I remember in it too, because it's been a minute since I've seen it, but it was pretty good.
Might have to check it out. It says a life raft lost at sea encounters an abandoned Nazi vessel. Boarding the ship, they find a far more daunting enemy.
Mm-hmm. And I remember this was one of the few movies that he actually wanted to watch because he hates horror movies. He likes his anime crap. He's got his headphones on. I can talk shit now. But he actually wanted to watch it. Then when I went to watch it, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know he was going to watch it now." So he didn't even. So I may have to watch it again because he did want to watch this one. And we got the pool.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. I was so mad at that one. That dog death in there was so unnecessary. Just my opinion in it anyway. I mean, they could have created something different.
Kill all the people you want, but leave the dogs alone.
I mean, at least make it necessary.
Right.
I mean, I guess technically because it gets the guy out of the pool, but still, I don't know. It's just the way they did it. And you kind of know where it's coming because they kind of build it up too. Like from the beginning, it was, oh, look at this dog's trick. And it's like, ugh. But yeah, it's just
we got Ginger Snaps on there. That's a really good one. 2 outcast sisters must deal with the tragic consequences when one of them is bitten by a werewolf.
And we got Monstrum.
Yeah.
In 16th century Korea, the plague is taken over and rumors of a vicious beast begin. And this is Korean. And I love this movie. I didn't even bought it. They had it at the Dollar Tree. Granted, I didn't spend much on it, but I own this as well. I do like this movie. The effects are really pretty good on this. And there's a little bit of a correlation between the monster and the plague that's going around. I won't give too much away. But, excuse me, I don't know why I have hiccups. I guess they're not really hiccups. Because it'd be semi-hiccups, I guess. And then we got Shudder Original Blood Quantum. And this is believe it's Canadian. I'm pretty sure it's Canadian. Indigenous people versus zombies. Immune there, and the indigenous people are immune to the zombies, so only white people are getting infected by zombies. I know it with the way things are right now. This is like, oh my god, I don't want to watch this. Trust me, watch this movie. It's great. This came out before all that crap. So, uh, but the indigenous people, they have to fight, and they have some pretty ingenious kills for the zombies. Just say there is a what's it, wood chipper put to good use.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely check it out. It does take
Tucker and Dale, he dove head first into the wood chipper.
don't watch they them, but I've already watched that.
It was
Has unnecessary death. I'm talking about animal death. I don't care about people.
kill all the people.
Don't, is there a dog in they them? I remember watching they them. I don't remember a dog though. Is there a dog?
I don't remember a dog death.
I don't remember a dog either.
Oh, now I do. Yeah, when they in the field, he said to shoot him, put him out of his misery.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that dog. That one's not as unnecessary as the pool, in my opinion, because they did say the dog was sick, and it's part of the plot line as well, because they're trying to get the kids in that movie to show their
masculinity.
Masculine. I think I was trying to think of a good way to word it, but yeah. What was the zombie movie called? It's called Blood Quantum. But yeah, I saw they them, and I didn't even remember the dog. But
I forgot about that part.
I did too. I forgot about the dog, the bloodhound. But yeah, I've already watched they them. I watched it the first day it came out because I was interested about it. I was like, "Oh, Kevin Bacon in this type of movie. It's interesting." Yeah. I was wondering how they would go with it. It wasn't that bad. I know a lot of people hate. Well, obviously, people hate on for stupid ass reasons, but I didn't think it was that bad. I never seen the pool, but didn't care for the scene in they them. Let's kill a dog because it's gonna die. Yeah, but that one I understand where you're coming from, but it was obviously you don't know if he's telling the truth if the dog has cancer. But if the dog has cancer, sometimes, even I hate to say it, let's say Rogue, my dog, if she was really bad off and there's nothing that we could do, you want to put them out of their suffering. You don't want to make them live in pain or whatever, but he's trying to push the kids. I'm not trying to stick up for this death. It could have been done definitely different. But
yeah, it's not like
you're being shown how he is, and like the Kevin Bacon character, forget his name in the movie, but you're showing how like crazy and off the deep end he's willing to go to push these kids, and it kind of goes with the plot. Now the pool, I don't think really went with the plot. I thought that's what I mean by unnecessary death. That's just my opinion, but I understand what the dog and they them. Even though I forgot about it, once you figured out the dog, I remember it now.
We got another Shudder exclusive, The Boar. A monster-sized boar terrorizes the outskirts of an Australian town.
Yeah, it has Bill Moseley, John Jarrett, and I've never heard of this dude before, but his name is Nathan Jones. He's like the main character. And I don't know if this guy's a wrestler, but he's obviously built like one. And he does the best Ice Baby ever. I absolutely love that scene. He's just trucking along in his car singing Ice Baby. It's probably the best part. Not the best part, but it's a great part in the movie. So like you're not really expecting it. This big muscular guy, and he just starts singing Ice Baby, and he really gets into it. It kind of reminds you like how The Rock would do it.
Another exclusive. I haven't watched it yet. I've been meaning to. Monsters. It's Chinese. A bully boy and his tormentors discover a creature while doing school mandated community service.
Yeah, that's been on my list forever to watch too. I just haven't watched it. It does look good though.
There's so much on there.
Yeah.
It's
I know one movie. It's not one that I liked, but it's up a little farther. It was called The Headhunter. It's a Shudder exclusive. I did not like this movie at all. It was a slow burn. Obviously, I'm not into those things. There's very few slow burns I like, but this one, I remember there was a couple parts in this movie. I was just like, "What the fuck is going on right now? This makes no sense." This is a huge plot hole. I don't remember exactly what they were because it had been too long since I watched it, but it was like if I would have made a review, it probably been disliked as much as my Sputnik review because some people like this movie. A lot of people like Sputnik, but I point out like the plot holes that make absolutely no sense in the fucking movie. And yeah, I was just like, what is going on? But yeah, if you like that type of movies, you might like this one, but I did not like this one whatsoever. Oh, he is an ex wrestler. Okay, I did not know that. So I've never heard of him, and I haven't watched wrestling since probably 2000 ish. Whenever the Undertaker left, like in the 2000 range, I know he came back and left so many times, but we'll say about time Owen Wilson died is about the time I quit watching. I don't remember if he was in the 2000 range or not, but somewhat of a time frame because I don't remember exactly when the last time I seen it. Also depends on what wrestling he did. I don't know if he did WWE or if he did. I don't even know what they're called anymore. I know it was WCW, whatever the fuck that's called now, if there's even around.
he take.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even remember that. And we used to watch because my dad still watched wrestling when I was at home. We used to always watch wrestling. I don't remember that dude at all.
Very much.
But I did like him in Boar, though. He was great. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that Ice Ice Baby to come belting out of him the way it did.
Whenever you're ready, I went down to psychological thrillers. And
I was just about ready to ask if you went to that column yet.
yeah, there wasn't really anything there. WCW is dead. The two big companies are WWE and AEW, and TNA is still
around. Oh, okay. See, I haven't watched forever. I remember when I watched, it was still called WWF, and the other one was called WCW. I don't remember, was any AEW around then, or did that switch from one of the other ones? I don't remember. The only ones I remember was WWF, which is WWE now, and WCW.
Yeah. I didn't even watch wrestling, but I remember that WCW and
yeah. Right. I did because my dad did.
Let's see. We got a Shudder original, The Innocents. During the bright Nordic summer, a group of children reveal mysterious powers, but what starts out innocent soon takes a dark and violent turn in this gripping supernatural thriller.
I haven't seen it yet, but what I've seen by people commenting, there's a lot of people liking this film, saying it's really creepy and whatnot. I haven't seen it yet. What was that? Was that me or you?
Oh no, it was me.
Okay.
It was me.
But like I said, I haven't seen it, but what I've heard, a lot of people are liking it. So, and the Watcher here, it's just called Watcher, not The Watcher. It's a Shudder exclusive. As a serial killer stalks the city, a young actress who just moved to town with her boyfriend Notices a mysterious stranger watching her from across the street in this terrifying thriller. I have not watched this yet, but I've heard high ratings on this as well. It's got 4 out of 5 skulls on Shudder of people that watch the movie. They rate it. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people. I've seen mixed stuff about this. What Josiah saw. It's a Shudder original. It has a family with buried secrets reunite. Excuse me. A family with buried secrets reunite at a farmhouse to pay their last sins. Josiah and his youngest son, Thomas, are all that remain of this estranged family. But after experiencing terrifying visions from beyond, Josiah decides they must change their ways to right a great wrong. After being away over 2 decades, Eli and Mary, Josiah's eldest children, are enticed to sell the property and reunite at the old farmhouse in hopes of closing this haunting chapter of their lives for good. Sins of the past will be paid in full, and it has Robert Patrick in it. I don't recognize any of these other names. I think he's Josiah, maybe. He looks like he might be one of the main characters. I'm not for sure. I haven't seen this, so I might have his name wrong. It looks really creepy according to the trailer, but we've been lied to by trailers before.
True.
And I've seen mixed reviews. Some people say this movie's horrible, it sucks, and it's boring. It's a slow burn. I didn't get the slow burn vibe from the trailer, but I don't know. I haven't seen it, so. Then we got Cat's Eye Misery.
Yeah.
Um,
Blue Sunshine, nothing that looks too interesting. I'm just skipping through. And some movie called El Pico. I don't know, something about drug lords on there. And a heroin addict. The stylist might be interesting. We all dream of being someone else, but for Claire, the dream goes from an obsession to a living nightmare. I think there was like a short of that on like something, and then they turned it into a movie.
This one looked weird. I ended up not watching it because the trailer looked so damn weird. But when I took my son school shopping the other day, and I saw this at Walmart. I didn't even see this originally on Shudder. I saw the case for it at Walmart, and I was like, "Slap face? What is this?"
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but I've seen. Yeah,
but I saw it at Walmart, and I was like, "Okay, that says it's on Shudder. I've never seen that on Shudder." So I was looking, and sure enough, it is on here. And I'm looking at it right now. And it's a Shudder original. Weirdest name, Slapface. The trailer looks weird as shit. A boy deals with the loss of his mother by creating a dangerous relationship with a monster rumored to live in the woods. And by the understanding, it looks like maybe the older sibling is taking care of the younger one, possibly. There's an older kid and a younger kid together, and for some reason they play a slap game or he gets slapped for punishment. I don't know. It looks weird as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I probably won't watch it because the trailer just didn't entice me whatsoever. But what the shit is this?
right. Here's a Shudder original, C for Me. It's got 4 out of 5 skulls on there. A blind young woman caught in the crossfire of a home invasion scheme must rely on a sighted army veteran via an app to survive the night in the shocking cat and mouse thriller.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when I was looking for stuff. I almost watched it. And this is not a Shudder original, but I talked about it a little bit before. Triangle. This you definitely want to pay attention to. Stranded yachters find horrors aboard an abandoned ocean liner off the coast of Bermuda. and some crazy shit goes down. But like I said, you want to pay attention to this. I don't know if it really considered a slow burn, but if you don't pay attention, you might get confused and miss something. It's been a minute since I've seen it, so I don't know how strictly you got to pay attention, but I lose my attention fast, so I wouldn't say it was that bad. And I don't know why my dog's barking. I mentioned the columnist where she was decides to go find her trolls and kill them. Which look at that kind of it's not a Shudder original or exclusive, but it does. I've been meaning to watch it because it does look a little interesting. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh,
I'm surprised she doesn't howl more since she's got so much husky in her. But that's all you get, really. She'll howl at us occasionally when we come home. We'll get whoa, 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 whoa. That's most of it, but
right.
whoa, whoa is like the most you get out of her howls. It's like she's barking at you, but she's not being a mean bark. That's like, pay attention to me, look over here, get the fuck off my home. But I'm not going to hurt you if you don't. There's a Let's Scare Julie. I remember seeing this at the Dollar Tree, and I kind of regretted not picking it up at the time. A group of teen girls set out to scare their reclusive new neighbor into a simple prank. I saw the trailer, it doesn't look too bad, but I haven't seen it myself, so I don't know. Of course, American Mary is on here.
Yeah.
The original Stepfather.
We got the amusement park, which is directed by George Romero, rediscovered and restored. This quote lost gem from George A. Romero takes an elderly gentleman to amusement park for a hellish nightmare. Which I got to watch that. I haven't watched that yet.
I've seen little bits of it. It's like I start watching it and then I have to end up shutting it off for one reason or another. So I haven't been able to sit down fully and watch it. But like a couple times this came on the Shudder TV. I didn't like physically go and watch it, but I started watching it and I was like, oh, I gotta go do something, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad. But it can't be too bad being George Romero.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through seeing what look might be interesting. But
I've heard, I have not seen it, but I've heard Dogs Don't Wear Pants. It's a Shudder original. I've heard that's really good. I don't know for a fact. It's like a sexually charged thriller. A man develops unexpected but powerful connection with. I clicked it. Oh, there we go. With a dominatrix named Mona, but his dangerous addiction to suffocation will lead them both down a wild, freaky path towards emotional enlightenment. It didn't really sound like it was up my alley, but I know a lot of people talk highly of this movie, so I don't know if that sounds like it's up your alley, then maybe. What I've heard, it doesn't. A lot of people enjoy it. It just was like, I don't know if I want to watch that. The Room, I didn't really care for that. The Shudder original, The Room, where they make stuff appear in the room or some shit like that. In their new home, the young couple discover a secret room that grants their every wish, and that movie gets really weird. And that wasn't for me.
So, I mean, we could go on forever on this, but anything in your notes you just want to talk about instead of because I mean, we got originals go through international. I mean, there's so much stuff on Shudder, people. It's worth getting. Just check it out for sure.
Yeah. Great White is on there. It's a Shudder exclusive.
Exclusive.
A tourist trip turns into a nightmare when 5 seaplane passengers are stranded miles from shore. I like the movie, but there is one death I do believe is unnecessary, at least the way they did it. It's towards the end. I don't want to give too much more away than that because then it's going to spoil it, but it's a decent enough shark movie. Of course, Mandy is on there. I think everybody knows what Mandy is.
Yeah, Nicolas
I
Cage.
should. I talked about the Revealer. I did watch Mad God, and I thought it said Mad Dog at first, so I had to correct my notes. But it's Mad God. It's a Shudder original. It's stop motion animation. It followed the assassin, which I didn't really understand that. I didn't understand this movie with shit. I'll tell you this right now.
Hmm.
It says follow the assassin through a forbidding world of tortured souls. The text in the beginning, they have a text. I don't know if you're supposed to read it or not, but it's like the cursive they put. I can read cursive. I ain't saying that, but the cursive they put, it like the font is like the same color as like the dirty background or whatever. So it made it, and they scroll kind of fast. So whatever that text is in the beginning, I don't know if you're supposed to read it or not, but I could not read it.
I hate when they do stuff like that, how they blend it in with the background, or either it's too small, or it's like, wait, what?
Right? Yeah, and I call it a dirt. I don't know. I had trouble reading it, so I don't know what the lettering said. Maybe I needed to read it to understand what this fucking movie was about because I didn't know. I have no idea what this thing was. Um, but the guy who made it, he also worked on Star Wars, Jurassic Park. Plenty. He's done like the effects for tons of movies, not just Jurassic Park and Star Wars, but he's done tons of stop motion, CGI, animation, tons of those, tons of movies. Um, there's not really much dialogue. There's some baby cries in it. It's not all puppets. There are real people in it too. There's what seems to be some remnants of a plot, but I said I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. But it's so cool to watch. I didn't want to like stop watching it. I mean, if you like the imagery and whatnot, if like you watch the trailer and the imagery looks cool, I would say definitely check it out. But like I said, I had no fucking clue what this movie was about or what was going on in this thing. So if you don't really care about a plot, I would say check it out. There might be a plot that you might understand. I don't know. I didn't understand it, is all I'm saying. I had no fucking clue what was going on. Um, Virus 32. It's a Spanish film. And the 32 stands for the infect. After you get infected, you have 32 seconds before you completely change. And it's like a woman is like a single mom, and she takes her kid to work because she don't have main custody of her kid, and she forgot she had custody, so she had to take the kid to work with her, and so it's like a single mom in this like warehouse type thing, and then the infection starts, so she has to like go and find her kid in the warehouse and try to keep them safe and whatnot. It's pretty decent. A zombie type infection movie.
Okay.
Satanic Panic.
Yes.
That's funny ass movie. I like that movie.
Yeah.
A pizza delivery girl has to fight off witches, evil spells, demonic creatures, so she doesn't get sacrificed. It's a fun horror comedy and it's
Hmm.
Shudder exclusive. Scare Me, Shudder original. We talked about this one before. A sharp, acclaimed horror comedy. Tensions rise as two strangers tell each other scary stories. Bones mentioned earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Yummy.
Yeah.
It's a Shudder original. I forgot to write down what language it is. It does have English, but it has another language as well. I don't remember what it is. I don't think there's a whole lot of English on there.
Was it a Japanese one? I
It's
can't
not
remember.
Japanese. Let me look. I still got my Shutter pulled up. It's Dutch. So maybe
Dutch.
there is no English in it because Dutch / Flemish. So maybe there is no English in it. I was thinking there was, but when a young couple travels to a shady hospital for cosmetic surgery, the boyfriend stumbles upon a patient suffering from an experimental rejuvenation treatment. Her He frees her, but he doesn't realize she's ground zero for an outbreak, which will change the doctor's patients and his mother-in-law into bloodthirsty, utterly, utterly outrageous zombies, and it's pretty cool. There isn't even like what shows the cover on there. There's like a half of a woman. She's got her intestines hanging out and whatnot. It's a pretty good movie. One Cut of the Dead. It's Japanese, Shudder exclusive. Like I said, it's like a movie within a movie within a movie. It's different. Some people don't understand that and get aggravated with it and don't want to watch it, but definitely it's a neat concept. So I like it. It's just fun. Eli's History of Horror. There's 3 seasons. Definitely check that out if you like that kind of stuff. Elvira's 40th anniversary special. She had 4 movies that she went. Also heard that she is going to be on one of the episodes. I don't know if it's going to be. I think it's going to be a marathon. I don't think it's going to be the TV show of Joe Bob of The Last Drive-In. I think it's going to be one of his little marathons where it's just 2 movies. Well, they do just 2 movies on the TV show too, but I think it's just going to be one of the offset um, marathons that he does. I don't think it's a TV show, but Elvira is coming on The Last Drive-In sometime. There's plenty of Stephen King movies on there. Color Out of Space, blah blah. Fried Berry. Have you seen Fried Berry?
Not yet. I heard that's a good one.
Oh my goodness, this movie is crazy. At first I didn't like this movie. Like I said, this movie's outrageous. And I was just like, this movie's so freaking stupid. What's going on? But definitely stick with it. It's a lot of fun. I did watch it with Joe Bob, so that probably helped. But I went from hating this movie to like loving it. It's absolutely crazy. An alien assumes control of a drug addict's body, and then it takes on a bizarre joyride, which is an understatement to say the least. Psycho Gorman, Vaders of Mars, it's an 80s flick. Glorious, I think it was Bones that mentioned that earlier. I might have the name wrong, I don't know. Shudder original. A heartbroken man finds himself trapped in a bathroom with a strange voice who says he may be the only hope in stopping a terrible event. Barbara Crampton is one of the producers, along with others. It's definitely Lovecraftian. It has an interesting twist to Wes's. That's the dude that's in the bathroom. It's backstory. Definitely check it out if you think the trailer looks awesome or if you like horror comedies. Because I was having trouble with the internet one day and I couldn't watch the trailer, so I made him watch it while he was at work. I was like, watch the movie for this or the trailer for this and tell me what it's like. He's like, what is this shit you're making me watch? Basically. But then I ended up watching it and it looked kind of funny. The voice of the creature, which I forgot to look, but the voice of the creature sounded familiar. I just don't know who he was. But if you like the Lovecraftian kind of horror comedy, it's definitely basically takes place in a men's rest stop bathroom. So definitely check it out if that sounds interesting. Just because it's in a bathroom stall doesn't mean it's going to be bad. If anybody likes the movie Stalled, which is a zombie movie, has nothing to do with Shudder, but it's a great zombie movie.
Yep, I remember that one.
VFW, a battle of survival erupts between a group of veterans and a gang of violent punks. It's a great movie. I love this movie. I own this one as well. The sadness, extreme horror is an understatement on this one. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of extreme horror. This is probably one of my more extreme ones that I actually liked. It's Mandarin language, so obviously it's going to be subtitled. Slacks, the Killer Pants, which is possessed by a soul of a woman. It's a Shudder original. Definitely check it out if you like horror comedies. This one does have a little bit of, I would say, a message behind it. I know some people don't like ones, but almost every movie has some sort of a message behind it. The Ranger, talked about that. Hell House, anything haunt. And then there's shit ton. I'm not gonna go through every Joe Bob
Yeah,
episode.
just
There's
check
two.
them out. Yeah.
So yeah, just check out anything and everything Joe Bob. They have his specials on there. They have the TV show on there. They also have a section that's called Just Joe Bob because sometimes they lose the rights or a movie gets removed for Shudder from one reason or another to make room for new or whatever.
Yeah.
But they keep the Just Joe Bob segments. So if you want to like, let's say watch something that's on Shudder, but you know Joe Bob had showed it on one of his marathons TV shows, you want to know his take, that is on there for your option. So that's basically all I had. There are also some ghoul logs, which is a pumpkin with some music. They have just a normal pumpkin. They have a Christmas pumpkin, and then there's a Joe Bob pumpkin. That's pretty much all I had.
Yeah. For the TV shows, which I sort of mentioned it to Queen Fan 2, Holliston, hilarious. All the horror guest stars, Kane Hodder's freaking hilarious in it. Danielle Harris is even in it. The episode Halloween Girl. uh, so definitely check that one out. Adam Green, who does the Hatchet, it's his show, and Joe Lynch, who directed Wrong Turn 2, Knights of Badassdom.
I was my thing started playing a movie, and I was just telling it to shut up. I'm sorry.
How dare you tell me to shut up?
I was trying to get this to shut up. It just started playing music on me. I was like, no, some movie was starting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're done with your list, I mean, there's so much.
I haven't got around to watching it yet, but they were on Joe Bob one night and they made their show sound amazing. The Boulette brothers, Dragula, and it's basically kind of like what I understand it, which I haven't seen it, but it's a drag show. But they got the contestants have to make their own like costumes and whatnot, and then they also make them do like crazy shit. Under my understanding, there's like 4 seasons, and I think there was a new season starting or something to that effect. It looked really entertaining. I do want to watch it eventually. So if you like that, like kind of specials where it's kind of more of a reality TV show. I don't really like those, but I like the concept behind this one. Drag queens dressing up as like monsters and like attack, like doing crazy shit sounds amazing.
Right.
So I definitely want to check it out eventually.
Yeah, there's so many. Like, if we were to go through everything on there, we'd probably have like a 4-hour show if we went through all the titles. I mean, it just has so much on there. There's still so much I got to check out, but a lot of good stuff. I mean, if you don't have it, even if you want to get it for 1 month just to check it out, I mean, it's worth the $5 for sure.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm getting ready to eat dinner. I haven't eaten yet. I didn't eat when I get home. When I get home, but I get home when I got home. I know my past tense verbs.
I literally got home 5 minutes before I came on, so I am not ate yet either.
At least you're an hour behind. At least you're an hour behind me, though, so you got that extra hour.
Right. I wanted to go somewhere, but of course, we didn't get to go. I wanted to go because I was having a car show at this one place that has a pizza buffet, and I also have like chicken on their buffet. I wanted to go, but of course, we didn't get to go. It was damn near 5 o'clock by the time people got ready.
Oh.
So I was like,
it's gonna be like Ace Ventura was like, "Let's do everything you want to do."
Right. So, and it's 6 o'clock when we start here. So I think it was like a little bit past 5 by the time we got to the grocery store just to pick up what was getting because we didn't have pizzas for them. So I had to go run into the grocery store, get a couple pizzas. Then my leg has been bothering me. I went somewhere the other day, like 2-3 days ago, and I had my boot on. I still had imprints in my leg of the boot from like 3 days ago. And so I have to wear it. I don't wear it all the time, but if I'm going somewhere like the grocery store, I have to wear it. There's no way I can make it without it. So I have to put it on, and I was like having pains in my foot, and I could feel it swelling on the way home. It's just like, I'm done. I'm so sick of grocery shopping. I should just get into one of those scooters, but I could just feel like some little old lady like attacking me for getting on one when I can walk, even though it hurts and I'm in a lot of pain. I don't want to deal with it, so I just rather walk than fight somebody over a scooter.
Right. Uh, all right. Yep. It looks like it's dwindling down. Only one person watching, so it's been fun. So I guess I'll figure out what we're doing next week if I hear back from anybody. Yeah. So I didn't know. Lou was saying another date, but I don't really want to say yet until find out
Right.
what's going on with him. So, but hopefully soon. So, it's like we'll get our Evil Dead person on an American Horror Story, and so. But yeah, that's it really. So, I guess have a good night and see you next week.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.